Okay, now it's time to discuss the ITTOs of Manage Project Knowledge. First, inputs, Project Management Plan. Here we are talking about all the components of the project management plan which can be used as input. The next is project documents. There are 4 in it. Let's discuss them. First one, Lessons Learned Register. The Lessons Learned Register provides information on effective practices in knowledge management. The next one is Project Team Assignments. The project team assignments provide information on the type of resource available in the project, their competencies and expertise. This may also include the knowledge that may be missing within the project. Resource breakdown structure. In Manage Project Knowledge, the resource breakdown structure helps to understand the available knowledge in the group and also to understand what knowledge is missing. Stakeholder Register. The Stakeholder Register contains details about the identified stakeholders that help to understand the knowledge they may have. The next one is Deliverables. The deliverables is any unique and verified product result or capability to perform a service that is required to be produced to complete a process, phase, or project. Deliverables are typically tangible components completed to meet the project objectives and can include components of the project management plan. The next one is enterprise environmental factors. The enterprise environmental factor that can influence the managed project knowledge process includes geographical distribution of facilities and resources, legal and regulatory requirements and or constraints, organizational knowledge experts, culture of organization, stakeholder and customer. Other factors includes the value placed on learning and social behavior norms. Some organizations have team or individual that specialized in knowledge management. The existence of trusting working relationship and a no-blame culture is particularly important in managing knowledge. The location of team members helps to determine the method for gaining and sharing knowledge. The confidentiality of the project information. The last input is organizational process asserts. Informal communication is more effective for creating new knowledge and integrating knowledge across diverse stakeholders group. Formal, rigid communication requirements are good for sharing information. Confidentiality and access-related information may include security and data protection, record retention policies, use of copyrighted information, destruction of classified information, format and maximum size of files, registry data and metadata, authorized technology and social media, etc. Employee development and training records, for example, competency frameworks, knowledge sharing procedures, organizational communication requirements, organizational standard policies, processes and procedures, personnel administration, formal knowledge sharing and information sharing procedures. Knowledge about project management is often embedded in process and routines. Risk from past similar projects. Generally, these records may have information about risk from the past similar projects, including risk categories, format for documenting risks, risk management templates, and lessons learned that are relevant to managing a risk on the current project. Company process and procedures for project management and risk management. Of course, lack of such standardized procedures may help identify additional risks. All right, that's about the inputs. Let's move to the tools and techniques. The first one is expert judgment. The SMEs are experts with the specialized knowledge or training who can be considered for this process are from domains such as knowledge management, information management, organizational learning, knowledge and information management tools, relevant information from other projects. The next tools and technique is knowledge management. Knowledge management connects people so they can work together to create new knowledge, share their integrated knowledge. Some of the tools and techniques that can be used are networking, including informal social interaction and online social networking, online forums where people can ask open questions and discussions with SMEs. community of practice, also called as community of interest or just communities, and special interest groups, meetings, including virtual meeting where participants can interact using communication technology, work shadowing and reverse shadowing, discussion forums such as focus groups, knowledge sharing events such as seminars and conferences, workshops, including problem solving session and learning reviews designed to identify lessons learned, storytelling. Here we are talking about creativity and idea management techniques, knowledge fair and cafes, training that involves interaction between learners. All these tools and techniques can be applied through face-to-face or virtually or both. Of course, face-to-face interaction is usually the most effective way which builds trust and relationship. Once relationship are established, virtual interactions can be used to maintain the relationship. The tools and techniques that are appropriate is completely depend on the nature of the project, especially the degree of innovation involved, the project complexity, and the level of diversity of discipline among the team members. The next one is information management. Here we are talking about the information management tools and techniques that are used to create and connect people to information. They are effective for sharing simple, unambiguous, codified, explicit knowledge. Interpersonal and team skills. We already had a detailed discussion, so now let's have a quick recap. Active listening. Active listening helps to reduce misunderstanding and improves communication and knowledge sharing. Facilitation. Facilitation helps effectively guide a group to a successful decision, solution, or conclusion. Leadership. Leadership is used to communicate the vision and inspire the project team to focus on the appropriate knowledge and knowledge objectives. Networking. Networking allows informal connection and relations among project stakeholders to be established and creates the conditions to share tactic and explicit knowledge. Political awareness. Political awareness helps the project manager to plan communication based on the project environment as well as the organization's political environment. That wraps up the tools and techniques. Let's move to outputs. First, lessons learned register. At a high level, the lessons learned register provides information on effective practices in knowledge management. Let's look at what goes into the lessons learned register. The lessons learned register may record challenges, problem, realized risks and opportunities, or other content as appropriate. The lessons learned register may also include the impact, recommendation, and proposed actions associated with the situation and category. The lessons learned register is created as an output of this process early in the project. Thereafter, it is used as an input and updated as an output in many processes throughout the project. Knowledge can be documented using text documents, videos, pictures, audios, or other suitable means that ensures the efficiency of the lessons captured. The person or teams involved in the work are also involved in capturing the lessons learned. At the end of the project or phase, the information is transferred to the organizational process assets called as lessons learned repository. The next one is project management plan updates. Here, any component of the project management plan may be updated as a result of this process. The last one is organizational process asserts updates. Every project creates new knowledge. Those knowledge should be documented as an organizational process asserts. That wraps up managed project knowledge. Let's jump into the next process.